So The Atlantic just released some excerpts of Kamala Harris's upcoming 107-day book, which I already have 3 copies on the motherfucking way. And just so we're clear, this is not a Biden bashing book. This book is about a woman of color, the first woman period to ever hold that position, and her experience being in the administration. This is her truth and her story. And before y'all motherfuckers even get in my comment section talking about Kamala Harris is a traitor, you might actually want to actually not click on clickbait and actually read the article for your motherfucking self, because I want to highlight this part. If you actually read the article, Kamala Harris talked about treading the line of loyalty and how she was doubtful, like many of us, whether Joe Biden could meet the task of beating Donald Trump yet again, because he had been the only person to ever done it. She also highlighted the fact that he was the most underestimated person in politics, being the fact that he was able to go against a contentious Congress and pass some of the most historical bipartisan legislation in United States history. She talked about even on his bad days how Joe Biden was 100% better than Donald Trump even at his best. She talked about how she didn't believe Joe Biden was struggling with cognitive decline, that there was no White House conspiracy. It's just that the job had taken a toll on our president. Joe Biden was just tired. We had worked his motherfucking ass. He done pulled us out of motherfucking pandemic. She has said nothing different than what my baby daddy Hunter said. But here's the most critical part of the article that nobody's talking about, because I guess black women's protection means nothing to this country. Kamala Harris felt unprotected during the Biden-Harris administration. And it wasn't him, it was his fucking staff. They thought that her shine would somehow dim his light. She had to endure the most racist and misogynistic attacks with no pushback from this administration. I think the only person that pushed back and had her back was Joe Biden. When Fox News compared Vice President Kamala Harris to a DEI hire and a whore, the only thing the staffers did was dust off their shoulders. They never talked about her resume as DAAG senator. They never covered her fucking accomplishments like that. They didn't tie the fact that his success was also her success. But I'm gonna go a step further, because it just wasn't the motherfucking White House. Where were the people? I know so many people that were from the left to the right to the fucking center that was spreading Kamala Harris as a cop, and Kamala Harris slept her way to the top. And regardless of how many facts you brought to those same people, they doubled down continuously. We allowed this narrative to spread about this overly qualified woman because we didn't like the color of her skin. Whether the fact that she's black, whether she's not black enough, or the fact that she's biracial, Kamala Harris was only unpopular because of propaganda and jealousy. And I'm gonna tell you the real on how I got here. After constantly arguing facts over fiction and the fact that these people kept doubling down, I just stopped giving a damn and just started cussing their asses out left and motherfucking right. The same vitriol y'all had for Kamala Harris, bitch, I was giving it back to your ass times a million. I was very protective of her because I understood the impact. I knew that if they do it to her, they could do it to Stacey, which they did. I knew that if they did it to her, they do it to a Jasmine Crockett, which they're doing. I knew that if they did it to her, that no black woman, period, regardless of complexion, there would be no ascension for black women. All I know is I can't wait to get a bite of this book.